You knew this was coming, guys. Y'all knew this was coming. Luckily, there's only 10 movies this time around, as I promised last year. Because last year, in my last year was worst movies of 2017 video, I said I would try to have 10 movies as for the worst films of this year, and I accomplished that. Now, two of these I was generous on, even though they're still on this list. I just stayed calm and said, you know what, I'm not going to be screaming and yelling at these two. But these other ones, oh yeah, I screamed and ranted pretty hard on these movies. And I am using a normal accent here. So we're gonna blend in the proper tone with the southern accent. We're gonna blend it in for a couple of these videos. Now, my goal here with that is that you won't tell which ones is me using my Tennessean accents and which one is the proper accent. But here we go. Coming to number 10, we have Teen Titans Go to the Movies. Aside from that scene at the end with the original Teen Titans and cameos from other DC characters and some of the voice acting, this was just... Nobody asked for this. Nobody wanted a film version of Teen Titans Go. We wanted a film version of Teen Titans. And luckily we got that. We have that with Trouble in Tokyo. But I'm talking about a live action one. And there's a reason why this movie did not do so well. I know there are some people who like this movie. That's fine if you like this movie. I ain't gonna hate on you. I ain't gonna make fun of you. But I just don't honestly understand the amount of people who really like this movie. I try to be nice about this movie, but unfortunately, Teen Titans Go to the Movies did not cut it for me. I'm sorry. Stupid humor didn't work most of the time. There's no story. It is one of the worst animated superhero films. It's one of the worst animated movies. And honestly, I think the DC films, when it comes to live action and animation, I think you made something that's worse than Batman Under the Red Hood and Batman and Robin combined. At least with Batman Under the Red Hood, while I don't like that movie, I do have some things that I try to be nice about. And as for Batman and Robin, I can laugh at that movie as a guilty pleasure, because I do have it in my collection. It's sitting over there as we speak. Number 9. Why did this movie have to come out on my birthday month? Why did this have to come out on the same day as The Meg? And why did this have to come out on my 20th birthday? Slenderman. Frickin' Slenderman. Oh my goodness. This movie was just nothing but a waste of potential. The potential that this movie could have had to be better than the trailers and better than the actual movie we had. Why did you want to wait until now to make a movie that is based on freaking creepypasta, and then, not to mention, this is the actual true story with the two girls killing the other girl in Wisconsin because they believed in Slenderman. I don't believe in Slenderman, but I do have a friend from my high school years, senior year. Her name is Bethany, and she does like this movie, so I'm willing to give her the benefit of the doubt because she did, like, at least she enjoyed the movie. Me, I tried to be nice. I tried to give it some credit. I tried to cut some slack. Joey King and the one who played Slenderman, they were one of the two best things about it. And Joey King is not a bad actress. It's just a shame that some of the people who were making this movie, they don't realize the good talented actress and a beautiful woman in Joey King when you see it. The Kissing Booth was definitely a better movie than this, even though I have some issues with that film too, but it was a better movie than this. This is just boring, cheap jump scares, out jump scare, no real scares, no shock factor, no wow factor, no nothing. This was just a sad attempt of a Slenderman movie. And that's why this movie is number 9. Number 8, Escape Plan 2, Hades. Now, I'm one of those people who I like the first Escape Plan. I really do. I like the first Escape Plan, and I was pretty curious about a sequel. But the fact that this doesn't have Arnold Schwarzenegger back, which I can understand because he was doing other movies at the time. And the fact that this is a step down from the first film is pretty sad. But like I did in my review, I'm gonna be generous about it. I did like the return of Sylvester Stallone doing what he does best. I love seeing Dave Bautista. I like seeing 50 Cent back in here. I like the action. I do like some of the new characters. But at the end of the day, I just thought the story could have been better. I thought the direction could have been better, and I just thought that this could have been a better film. But we are getting Escape Plan 3. There's also going to be direct to video, I think, and I'm hoping it's better than this. I am hoping it's better than this, and it's supposed to come out sometime next year. Coming in number 7 is Children of the Corn Runaway. Oh my god. Oh my god. Children of the Corn, this franchise has had some pretty bad movies. Isaac's Return. But the worst one for me is Revelations. At least Isaac's Return is kind of a guilty pleasure. This, you just completely did a 390. A 390. And you just completely made things worse at every twist, every turn. Almost half the acting in this movie was bad. There was no clear-cut direction. There was no script here. Well, there is a script. The problem is it's just written so freaking terribly. Also, some of the decisions that you made did not really cut it here. I just felt like you totally wasted these decent enough actors in this movie that had potential. And you just completely made a movie that was worse than Isaac's Return. If you ain't gonna do it as good as you did back then stop making these Children of the Corn movies. And I'm gonna say the same exact thing for when we get to my number 2. Number 6, Daphne and Velma. Wow. Just wow. Look, I'm okay with Ashley Tisdale and her sister Jennifer Tisdale wanting to produce a film with Daphne and Velma, okay? I love Daphne and Velma. I love Scooby-Doo. I reviewed the Scooby-Doo movies. They're some of the most popular uploads on my channel. On this channel, Future Filmmaker 39480 channel. But when you do a movie about Daphne and Velma this freaking badly, not only I felt insulted, but I also felt disgraced I felt disrespected. And I grew up with Scooby-Doo, the cartoons. What's new Scooby-Doo in the original cartoon? And I grew up with some of the cartoon films. And I grew up with the live-action films. The live-action films, they may have their problems, but they tried to do something new while being faithful to its source material. But for some reason, Daphne and Velma, the director and the writer of this, they could not seem to do that. Yes, Brian Stepanek, he's good in here for his part. You got Laura Marano's sister. She's really attractive here. And you got the girl from Descendants who played Audrey, Sarah Jeffrey, taking over as Daphne. And she fits the bill. And you do have some decent moments here. And some decent humor. But the one playing Velma was terrible. Most of this freaking script is terrible. The movie is just like, no. If there had been the slightest bit more work put into this, I would have forgiven Daphne and Velma a lot more. But as a Scooby-Doo fan, when you disrespect Daphne and Velma this freaking badly, I'm not letting it go. Speaking of disrespecting something so badly, number 5, Deep Blue Sea 2. What? This movie was nothing but a sci-fi channel made for TV, scene for scene, shot for shot, word for word, same remake as the 1999 predecessor. If you had to do a sequel to Deep Blue Sea 2, why couldn't you just get Thomas Jane and LL Cool J back, have this new set of characters who are mostly unknown, except for Michael Beach, because he was also in Soul Food, First Sunday, Waiting to Exhale, and recently Aquaman. He's been in other stuff. And Michael Beach, seriously, you better than this, man. I watched you in Soul Food, man. Even when I was a kid, I watched you in that movie. He's wasted here. I do like the main girl. She's gorgeous, and I do like the unknown main guy. But it's the same exact movie, just with a few things added. And the few new things I added doesn't save this movie from being on this list, because it is still the same exact movie. If you were going to do the same exact movie, you shouldn't have done this movie at all. That's just a middle finger up the original Deep Blue Sea. And it just goes to show you that if you ain't going to give fans of the original Deep Blue Sea what they want to see, which was a fun guilty pleasure movie, then don't do it. Then don't even do it. That ain't right. Number 4, Sherlock Gnomes. This was one of the maybes of 2018. Maybes. And I will say you have some good voice acting here, and you have some decent enough animation. The voice acting from Emily Blunt, James McAvoy, Johnny Depp, and the rest of the voice cast. That's fine. The animation's fine. You have a decent enough score. But at the end of the day, I just feel like the story could have been interesting, but it doesn't really have a clue what you want to do with it. It just basically, you're going into different directions here. Pick one direction and go with it. And that's all I have to say about Sherlock Gnomes. It did, like I said, Escape Plan 2, Hades, and Sherlock Gnomes, they didn't make me mad as much as the as numbers 10, number 9, number 7, number 6, and number 5, and these last three do, but I just thought they were pretty disappointing movies. Coming to number 3 is The Hurricane Heist. This is from the director of Fast and Furious, right? Rob Cohen. He directed Fast and the Furious, the original, the first Triple X. The Boy Next Door, Legend, which is Dragon, the Bruce Lee story. This has no enjoyment factor unless you watch it as a guilty pleasure, as you can laugh at. The only ones who seems to be trying is Toby Kebbell, another actor, Ryan Kwanson, who I do remember from Dead Silence. I think he was in this movie, and beautiful Maggie Grace. Maggie Grace, she is trying. Maggie Grace is an underrated actress. She doesn't get a lot of work, and she just gets trashed for no reason. But you want to see an actress who can act, Kristen Stewart is your main priority. Kristen Stewart, she cannot act. I'm sorry. Any talent Kristen Stewart have is gone now. Ever since Snow White and the Huntsman. And I don't mean to talk bad mouth another actress, but that's what happens when you make a Snow White movie that disrespects Snow White. But this, the effects were terrible, the script is so cheesy, the direction, some of it decent at times, some decent cinematography, a decent enough score, and 3 actors who are trying to make this material work doesn't really help the fact that this movie is just a massive letdown. No, a massive misfire. Like I say, you can laugh at it and watch it as a guilty pleasure, but at the end of the day, even as guilty pleasure, I am pretty mad at this movie. I know Quasi Quez's movie reviews, Jaquez liked it. I know JW Universe liked this movie, but I just didn't like this movie at all. And people say Truth or Dare is a bad movie. At least Truth or Dare, while I do have problems with it, I can find some enjoyment in it. Like I said, that movie is a waste, in my possession of Hannah Grace review. It is a waste of Lucy Hale, but she tried, Tyler Posey tried, Violet Bean tried. I just wish that the script in that movie was a lot better. Coming to number 2 is Hellraiser Judgment. At this point, y'all need to go ahead and stop making these Hellraiser movies, because Hellraiser has not been good since the first movie. The first movie was good. The second one was entertaining. The third one was alright. The fourth one was pretty decent. But after that, Pinhead and the Hellraiser franchise just went straight to hell, because you made bad movie after bad movie after bad movie, and look where it's gotten you. You've gotten yourself to the point where you have completely destroyed Pinhead as a horror icon and everything he stands for. The one who plays Pinhead, he tries. You do have Heather Langenkamp in here, but she's wasted. You do have other actors in it, but they're wasted. On a freaking script that doesn't know what it wants to be, on a useless film that doesn't know what it wants to be. That's the whole thing about this movie, it's useless. And I know there's some people, including horror fans, including Cody Leach and Drum Dums, go check them out. I know they like the film, but at the end of the day, I just did not really care for this movie that much, to be honest. I'm gonna say it again, this franchise just needs to stop. Hellraiser just needs to stop. It's not good anymore. It hasn't been good since the last movie that was actually entertaining, which was Hellraiser 4. Stop doing these Hellraiser movies. They're not good anymore. And the number one. Oh, man. I thought Teen Titans Go was bad. I thought Slenderman was bad. Daphne and Velma was bad. But I was not prepared for what this was going to turn out to be. Venom. Yes, Venom. I don't see, what do audiences who like this movie, what do y'all see in this movie that I can't see? Aquaman is a better movie than this. I'm sorry. I enjoyed Aquaman and any other superhero film. Yes, even the Elseworlds crossover way more than I did this bullcrap. This was not Venom. This was just a Venom movie put together by Sony just to make a quick buck. And you did. And now we're getting 2 more sequels to this crap. And we're also getting a freaking crossover to Spider-Man. Unless the crossover takes place in the Marvel Cinematic Universe with Tom Holland, I am not watching this. Aside from Tom Hardy and Michelle Williams and some of the action scenes and the score and the song by Eminem and the look of Venom and the effects and cinematography, there is nothing really here. The movie is a bore. The editing is choppy because Sony had to get their little greedy hands on it and cut out extra couple minutes that Tom Hardy actually liked. Which that would have made it a better movie than this for me. God, Sony, you just never learn, Sony. Spider-Man 3 has interference, but at least Spider-Man 3 was at least entertaining. Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse was entertaining. And Spider-Man 3 is my favorite of the Sam Raimi trilogy. It was my favorite Spider-Man movie, but now I think now Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse has taken over as number 1 because of how much fun that was. And that is going to be on a much better list than this. But Venom, you did nothing but disrespect the character of Venom and everything he stands for. If you ain't gonna do it, if you're not gonna do Venom the way he should do, then just give it back over to Marvel, please. You're lucky I'm giving Morbius a chance because it's vampire related and because it's Jared Leto. But anyways, guys, let me know in the comments below, what do you think the worst movies, my worst movies of 2018? What are your personal picks? Do you agree with some of mine? Be sure to follow me on all my social media links and subscribe to the Future Filmmaker 3940 channel. I do movie reviews, TV shows, music reviews, vlogs, ranking videos, collections, reactions, all that stuff. When it comes to the vlogs, I'll be explaining that. Oh, I don't need to explain because you will be seeing them. And let's consider the road to 1,000 subscribers. You guys keep it cool and join the epitasticness. I'll see you guys in the rest of the end of the year list.